Hello, and welcome to another episode in the Georgia Workers' Compensation video series. My name is Jason Perkins. I'm an attorney who specializes in handling Georgia workers' compensation cases. I created this series of videos to provide people who've been hurt at work in Georgia with helpful information about Georgia's workers' compensation laws and the benefits they should receive under those laws. Now, let's jump straight into today's topic. Today, I want to talk to you about getting better workers' compensation medical care. Getting great medical care is critical to recovering from a serious injury at work. The state of Georgia has special rules which govern getting medical treatment and testing under Georgia's workers' compensation system. Fully understanding these rules is extremely important to getting good medical care because these rules determine what doctors you can treat with and what medical care you can receive. This video is going to provide some basic helpful information about getting medical treatment under workers' compensation and some of these rules. Now, the first time that getting good medical care becomes important is when you first get hurt. When you first get injured, the rules in Georgia determine what doctor you can treat with for your workers' compensation injury. Under Georgia's law, your employer is supposed to have what's called a posted panel of physicians. This is a list of workers' compensation doctors. Your employer gets to pick the doctors that go on these lists. There are certain rules that apply to this list that your employer creates. Your employer has to post this list of doctors in prominent places on their business premises. They have to put the right number and type of doctors on this list, and they must also explain this list to you. If your employer follows these rules, then you're going to have to pick a doctor off of this list as your authorized treating physician. Your authorized treating physician is a term under Georgia law for your main workers' compensation doctor. But if your employer does not follow the rules, you may be able to pick any doctor you want to treat you as your authorized treating physician in your workers' compensation case. It can certainly be to your advantage to be able to pick any doctor that you want to treat you as opposed to having to pick one of 6 or so doctors off of a list provided by your employer. The critical issue is having the evidence to demonstrate that your employer didn't follow the rules and also knowing how to prove that to a workers' compensation judge. Another time that it's important to understand Georgia workers' compensation rules about medical treatment is when your employer recommends treatment for you. Now, you probably think that when you're seeing the workers' compensation doctor and that doctor recommends treatment, that the insurance company is just going to go ahead and approve that treatment. Unfortunately, in Georgia's workers' compensation system, that doesn't always happen. You may see the workers' compensation doctor and that doctor recommends treatment, and the insurance company just doesn't approve the treatment that's recommended by the doctor. Now, this is going to delay your recovery from your injury. If the doctor does not get approval from the insurance company for the treatment that they're recommending, they're not going to move forward with doing that treatment. This generally happens because the doctor wants to make sure they're going to get paid for the treatment that they do. So when the insurance company, again, doesn't give that approval to the doctor's office, your treatment gets delayed. Often you or an attorney representing you will need to take steps to get the doctor the approval from the insurance company for that treatment. Understanding the different steps that can be taken is critical to getting you the treatment that you need in a timely manner. There are several different steps that can be taken. One can be a conversation with the insurance adjuster or filing certain workers' compensation forms, such as a Form WCPMT or a WC205. Other steps that can be taken include filing a motion with a workers' compensation judge or requesting a hearing in front of a workers' compensation judge. Each one of these different steps has different pros and cons associated with it. The specific facts of your case and understanding Fully what each one does and doesn't do will be critical in determining what is the right step for you to take. A third time that understanding workers' compensation rules in Georgia becomes critical to getting the right medical treatment is when you're wanting to see a different workers' compensation doctor. Under Georgia workers' compensation law, there are ways that you can change your doctor or get a second opinion. One way is to change to a different doctor on your employer's panel of physicians, which I mentioned earlier in this video. You almost always have a right to a one-time change to a different doctor on your employer's panel of physicians. However, once you've changed that doctor, you may not be able to undo that change and change back to the doctor you were seeing before. So you need to be sure that the change is the right thing for you to do. A second way that you have to see a different doctor is by getting a second opinion. One main way to get a second opinion is what's called an independent medical evaluation, or an IME. There are some other ways that you can get a second opinion, but I'm only going to talk about the independent medical evaluation in this video. There are certain circumstances where you can make the insurance company pay for the independent medical evaluation. In other situations, you are going to have to pay for the independent medical evaluation with the doctor that you choose. A third circumstance to get to see a different workers' compensation doctor is an actual change of physician. Now, one type of change of physician is the change I mentioned earlier, changing to a different doctor on your employer's panel of physicians. But you can sometimes change to a different doctor who's not on your employer's panel of physicians. There's two ways that this can be done. One is by agreeing with the workers' compensation insurance company on a different doctor. Another way is by actually filing a change of physician request with a workers' compensation judge. If you agree on a doctor with a workers' compensation insurance company, then there's some paperwork that needs to be filed with the State Board of Workers' Compensation reflecting that agreement. And then the agreed upon doctor becomes your new workers' compensation doctor. If you cannot agree with the workers' compensation insurance company and your new doctor, you or an attorney representing you can file a change of physician request seeking a change to a different workers' compensation doctor. However, the insurance company gets an opportunity to object to that change of physician request, and then the workers' compensation judge reviews the information that's been submitted and makes a decision on the change of physician request. I hope you found the information in this video helpful. If you have, please consider two things before you go. First, I'd really appreciate if you give this video a like or a thumbs up, and consider subscribing to this channel if you'd like to be notified of future videos in the Georgia Workers' Compensation video series. Second, if you've got workers' compensation questions, please reach out to get answers. I offer free consultations in Georgia workers' compensation cases. If you'd like to set one of those up, there's two easy ways you can do so. The first is by calling the phone number at the bottom of the screen, and the other is by reaching out to us through our website, which is www.perkinslawtalk.com. Just click on and submit the pre-consultation request form there, and a member of our team will reach out to you and get a consultation scheduled. I'd like to thank you again for watching this video today. I'd like to wish you the best of luck as you recover from your injuries.